So can he become the first European-born Yokozuna? Maybe. He's been impressive in his 4 Makuuchi tournaments, but let's see him win 12 first, and then we'll talk again. Alright, let's try this again. This is Aonishiki. To say he's had a good first year in Makuuchi, Sumo's top division, is, well, an understatement. It's been a long journey since the 21-year-old Ukrainian refugee left his war-torn home and embarked on a career in Sumo thousands of miles away. He sprinted through the lower levels of Sumo and reached the top division in a record-tying 9 tournaments. He had an impressive 11-4 record in his debut in March of 2025, and then he did it again, and again, and again. In November, he broke through with 12 wins and captured his first ever championship after a playoff victory over 74th Yokozuna Hoshoryu. The win propelled Aonishiki to a promotion to ozeki, Sumo's second highest rank behind Yokozuna. And then in January, he did it again. Aonishiki won 12 bouts to force another playoff, this time against Atami Fuji, the heaviest wrestler in the top division. The smaller Ukrainian weathered his opponent's attack and took him out with a headlock takedown for his second top division Yusho. He was the first wrestler in nearly 2 decades to win the championship in his ozeki debut, and first since the 69th Yokozuna Hakuho did it back in May of 2006. He's just the 9th wrestler to accomplish the feat, and 5 of the previous 8 went on to become Yokozuna. And only one, 35th Yokozuna Futabayama, had also won the Yusho in the prior Basho. And only one other wrestler in history had at least 11 wins in each of his first 6 top division tournaments. That's the 38th Yokozuna, Terokuni. But he didn't capture Yusho during that run, let alone 2. So for a growing number of fans, ozeki feels like a stepping stone. With his skill set and meteoric rise, it seems inevitable that Aonishiki could become the first European-born fighter to reach the rank of Yokozuna. No pressure. Foreign wrestlers climbing to the peak of professional sumo isn't uncommon. In the 1990s, Hawaiians Akebono and Musashi Maru broke through, becoming the first non-Japanese Yokozuna in history. And in the 21st century, the Mongolian wave took over, producing 6 of the last 8 Yokozuna promotions. But for European-born wrestlers, sumo's summit has remained just out of reach. Some found success reaching the lower ranks of the Senyaku, like Aoyama of Bulgaria and Georgia's Gagamaru and Kokai. But a few climbed even higher, earning their ozeki promotions and coming within sight of that ultimate goal of Yokozuna. Kotoōshū was the first European to reach ozeki. Between July and November of 2005, he finished runner-up in 3 straight tournaments, going 36-9 overall to earn the promotion at just 22 years old. Standing at a towering 6'8" and weighing 337 pounds, Kotoōshū used his incredible height and reach to overwhelm his opponents. During his first 2 years as ozeki, he was consistently solid, putting up winning records but falling short of a championship. That changed in May of 2008 when he finally captured his first title, defeating both Yokozuna Asashoryu and Hakuho along the way. If he could repeat his performance in July, he would have become Europe's first Yokozuna. But in the following tournament, he managed only 9 wins, a respectable record, but not Yokozuna material. Kotoōshū would go on to hold the ozeki rank for nearly 9 years, appearing in 47 tournaments at the rank, the 4th most in sumo history. The second European to reach ozeki was the Estonian giant Baruto. At 6'6.5" and weighing 403 pounds, he was as strong as he looked, using every bit of that massive frame to overpower his opponents. He earned his promotion after the March 2010 tournament, finishing runner-up to Yokozuna Hakuho with an incredible 14-1 record. His first championship came 2 years later in July of 2012, when he won his first 14 matches before falling to Hakuho on the final day. After the victory, he told the Mainichi Daily News, once you win one tournament, you want to win a second, a third, a 10th, and a 30th. They were bold words, and for a moment, it felt possible. In the following tournament, Baruto won 9 of his first 10 bouts, tying for the lead after day 10. But the final stretch was brutal. 4 different ozeki and Yokozuna Hakuho stood in his way. He managed just one more victory, finishing a disappointing 7th place in the basho. He never quite reached those heights again. Injuries took their toll, and a little over a year later, at just 28 years old, Baruto retired from sumo. The third European to reach ozeki was the Georgian powerhouse Tochinoshin. He showed promise early in his top division career, earning a pair of runner-up finishes. However, after suffering an ACL injury in 2013, he tumbled down to Makushita, sumo's third highest division. Once healthy, he came roaring back, tearing through the lower ranks like a buzzsaw and capturing 4 straight championships, 2 in Makushita and 2 in Juryo. His long-awaited promotion to ozeki finally came in 2018 when he was 30 years old. But that's as close as he would come to get to Yokozuna. Tochinoshin never managed more than 9 wins at the rank, and numerous injuries eventually forced him out of the Senyaku altogether. Kotoōshū, Baruto, and Tochinoshin reached heights no European-born wrestler had ever seen. But the summit, Yokozuna, always remained just out of reach. Now, nearly 2 decades after Kotoōshū's ozeki debut, a new name has emerged to join their ranks. And if you've been watching this far, you know I'm talking about Aonishiki. His promotion to ozeki following the November tournament put him in elite company. Since 1958, when sumo adopted the 6 tournaments a year schedule, only 6 other wrestlers have reached ozeki by the age of 21, and all of them eventually became Yokozuna. But there are definitely other factors working in Aonishiki's favor to follow in their footsteps. He's not the biggest wrestler. At 182 centimeters tall and weighing 140 kilos, he's actually below the top division averages. Yet that smaller frame gives him agility and leverage that few opponents can match. From the tachi-ai, the opening charge, he gets in close, drives his head underneath his opponent's chin, and uses that low center of gravity to gain control. From there, he often fights to gain a grip on his opponent's mawashi. This opens up numerous options for attacks. A dedicated weightlifter, he's very strong for his size, able to stand his ground even in slap-heavy exchanges against larger opponents. By the way, if you're looking for a deep dive on how he fights, Sumo Spiffy has an excellent breakdown of every one of his November bouts. I'll link it in the description below. And of course, there's his age. He won't turn 22 until the day after the March tournament, so he's still developing both physically and mentally. And if he stays healthy, there's no telling what his ceiling could be. And unlike some other young standouts like Atami Fuji, Takeru Fuji, and Hakuno Fuji, Aonishiki is adapting as quickly as he climbs. Every time opponents figure him out, he finds a new way to win. So, what's standing between Aonishiki and becoming a Yokozuna? Well, for starters, there are already 2 active Yokozuna entering the prime of their careers. It's not like during the twilight of Terunofuji's career. Back when the 73rd Yokozuna was fighting in 1 out of every 3 basho, finding a successor to become the face of the sport was more pressing. No, the threshold to earn a promotion with 2 young healthy Yokozuna is higher. An 11-win runner-up finish in March isn't going to cut it. Looking back at the last 23 Yokozuna promotions since 1973, every single one had 2 consecutive tournaments with at least 25 total wins between the 2 tournaments, no fewer than 12 wins in either tournament, and at least a championship or a runner-up finish in each tournament. On average, they had about 27 wins over the 2 basho. Expect Aonishiki to need back-to-back championships, or if he's going to finish runner-up, it's going to have to be with at least 13 wins in the playoff. And about these 2 active Yokozuna? Let's start with Hoshoryu. While their rivalry has been lopsided in Aonishiki's favor, the 26-year-old Mongolian, when he's healthy, has been consistently winning 12 to 13 matches every tournament. And since he hasn't captured a championship since becoming Yokozuna, there's added pressure and incentive for him to go all out until he gets that monkey off his back. Meanwhile, the 74th Yokozuna Onosato is in the midst of a meteoric rise of his own. Before Aonishiki came along, Onosato was dubbed the next great thing in sumo, and he's lived up to every expectation. He climbed up to Yokozuna in record time and captured 5 championships along the way. He's the prototype for what you would want in a sumo wrestler. He's big, he's immensely strong, and surprisingly quick with good balance. Oh, and he's undefeated against Aonishiki in their short rivalry. Onosato still captured 10 wins while fighting with just one arm in January after coming off of a separated left shoulder. But it's healing, and even if he's only 90% healthy in March, he's the big favorite. So, can Aonishiki become the first European-born Yokozuna? It's hard to say no at this point. He's one of the top 3 wrestlers in sumo today, he's remarkably consistent, and since he's so young, he still has so much room to grow. Can he do it? Absolutely. But as I said earlier, rather than asking if he can, a better question is when. He gets his first shot in March. Win it, and he's immortalized, not only in sumo history, but on a global scale as the European who conquered Japan's national sport. And it'll be a heck of a 22nd birthday present. Lose? Well, the chase continues. Thanks for watching. So, do you think Aonishiki can become a Yokozuna? And if so, when do you think he's going to do it? Leave your answer in the comments below. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.